Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It is August, which I don't know. For me, this has flown by this year. Uh, but how is August treating you so far? So, oh yeah, I should say. I guess I'm Jeff, and I'm this is Rapid Response, and I'm joined as always by Safer. Say hi, Safer.
It's August. Hi, August.
Uh, how's
That's what we're
how's
going with today.
Sounds good. Sounds good. How's August been treating you so far?
Um, yeah, I guess it has been August for like 6 days, which I am just learning today. August has been treating me fine. Um, starting to hear back from like some of the publishers at from Gen Con. I met at Gen Con. We'll see if any of those things actually go anywhere. How about you? How you doing?
uh, it's okay. It's like the time of year where we try and like get all the final touches on worlds put together. So it's definitely a little bit hectic over here, and me just getting back and like discovering that I've kind of let some things off by the side, but picking them up and trying to deal with them. And enjoying the lovely New England. Oh, it's going to be swelteringly hot, and then oh, it's going to be perfectly pleasant for like 2 days, and then swelteringly hot for a week, and that kind of alternating. Uh,
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's the worst time. No, that's not true. I still prefer this time in New England over it being dark and cold.
mm,
But
I you know
this is
yeah
like the month of bad.
yeah
The month of
I,
bad.
yeah.
So
It's I don't know. It's growing up in New England, like growing up in New England. It was just like oh no, like it's supposed to be miserable outside for like half the year everywhere, right? Like that's just like how everyone lives. Um, I will say, like when I lived in California for a year and a half, it like bothered me that the weather was permanently nice. I wanted the weather to be mean to me some amount of the time. So,
that's so sadistic. Mother Nature. Mother Nature. I've been bad. Spank me.
I mean, yeah, I mean, also like grad school was tough, and having it be like, oh, I'm stuck inside in a lab. I'm supposed to be studying all day, and if I step outside for even 2 minutes, it's like 72 degrees with a light breeze just constantly. I don't know. I liked having the like, oh, it's finals. I'm gonna prep, and the weather's just be terrible outside, so I have nothing better to do. Um, but
I I hope you are hearing yourself and how ridiculous that sounds. Oh my god, I stepped outside and it was a perfect 72 degrees with a light breeze. Man, it'd be so nice to be outside, but I have to be inside. But it's like this literally all of the time.
no,
I'm not.
I
I'm
think
not sorry.
I'm acting as a perfectly rational actor with no weird built up you know,
Uh huh.
hang-ups or
Uh
anything.
huh. I see. Yes, neither of us have hangups about weather. Clearly.
um, let's see. Announcements. As always, there are links to the Discord. I'm assuming they still work because I set them to be forever, and no one has complained to me that they can't find the Discord. We're looking for questions. I think we've gotten a good number of questions for next week, but it's always good to get more questions for our like standard Metro response episodes. And obviously, replays are a little bit harder for people to come to bring forward, but we really enjoy doing them. We're going to do one from a submitter and then one from Usafer, and uh, maybe one more, but I think the odds of us getting that one is pretty much zero. But we always want more
Imagine a world in
replays.
which we managed to get to 3 replays in a single episode when
I
we're
mean, you
already
said we only
admitting
had to
there's
do
no
five
universe.
turns.
There's no universe.
You said we only had to do
I
like
mean,
five
yes,
turns in this game in this first game. So,
I
uh,
do think that. Okay, here's my pitch. Right, once we hit like 1 to 2 major mistakes, and then like a handful of smaller mistakes, we stop any replay because we just like I don't know, at some point like we may need to like watch like the end game,
yeah.
like and like closing out games like if people ask for it. But I think there's always usually something that's gone wrong in the earlier mid game that then informs the late game. And at least for me, that's like where I'm
Yeah,
kind
I
of more
think
interested.
it's like I think it's really I we'll have to think about this, and maybe someone can ask us a question about it so that we don't forget about having a conversation about this of uh the early game seems to like it's a hard part. It's obviously it happens every game. It sets up the entire rest of the narrative, but it's like a surprising number of Netrunner end games still like they almost never are like, oh yeah, this was like in chess it's like, oh, I made an early game opening and like there's no
Right.
recovery, right? But it's like
Yep.
Netrunner does
Yep.
actually have, with the randomness, with all these things, like there's a lot more leverage, and so there probably is at some point something worth doing in like a here's how you manage an end game that like has gone against you. But I do think like you're going to get more value both for us and I think hopefully for the viewer as well by looking at early game mistakes. But yeah, I think that's probably a
Yep.
good policy. We should try and say, okay, with this many mistakes in, I think at this point we can skim to the end game and go to thoughts rather than trying to talk through in detail.
Or we just don't even skim to the end game. We just cut it off. We just go, cool. That was the review. We don't need
That's
to know what happened.
probably a better philosophy
Yeah.
so we actually move along to things. Speaking of which, should we go to that first
Let's
game?
do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is sent to us from Kalavuna. This is against Ob, one of the big boogie meta decks, I think.
Bads. Big bads. I've
Um,
just added.
okay. Uh, and they wrote, not exactly new, but came back to the game a little over a year ago. Been struggling against Ob, just not sure what I'm supposed to do against them. And they mentioned they tried to stay on top of the trashables, thought I did a good job of it, but it ended up costing me so much that even though I managed to fully set up and was being on 4 points there one, I felt like I was behind and ended up dying because I let a single Svitigor slip through. Which I have not watched this replay. You have looked through it. To me, that sentence is like a I suspect like just saying, oh, a single thing slipped through I don't think it's usually going to be the thing that loses you a game necessarily. So I'll be interested to see how this game actually plays out.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we should say Kalavuna is playing Lat here. It looks like we see the opening hand. I don't have the list fully in front of me. I wonder. No, I can't. Let's see. Can I? Nope. Never mind.
The
So we see a Fermenter,
and
a Taka, a Madani, and a Compilation. So we actually see like what 7 influence in this opening hand, which is honestly probably pretty solid. And we're up against an Ob that it's a 49 card Ob. So I mean we at least have that going for us. But
yeah, I'm not like I have not played that much lat, and
yes,
I certainly haven't played that much ob. I haven't had time to play very much since the ban list, so like I don't even know where obs are. So this is going to be fun and informative for me.
yeah, I think that's going to be fairly true for me as well. I think I have some more sense of actually do I have more sense. I think we're both going to be learning quite a bit, and so I think it's like there is a way like we can play this as if hey we don't know the meta that well because we don't, and how do we think about and react to this? That said, okay, let's
Yeah,
talk about opening hands. Right, we've got a Fermenter, an SMC, a Taka, a Madani, and a Compilation. Um, this is a hand that I would struggle to mulligan, but it's definitely one where I'm thinking quite a bit about mulliganing.
yeah, I
Um,
agree. I think it depends on like what else is in the deck and what you were expecting, but early fermenter is super good. Compilation can help you with like early trash costs and like ensure that things I don't know don't go back into archives to get shuffled early game, which can be pretty good. SMT gives you a very solid way of like challenging early remotes and stuff. Like this hand doesn't seem good, but I think since we're lat, depending on what the corp does during their turn, if they have like a 5 card hand or a 4 card hand, we can usually probably flex and like be happy with what we do.
yeah, like a lot of op boards are going to be trying to like I feel like ob decks like really prioritize playing cards quite rapidly, so it's pretty likely that we can have a turn that is draw once, install 3 cards, and like installing
Right.
Taka SMC Fermenter and clicking to draw means we'll probably match the corpse
Right.
hand, so we'll get a kind of free click. So like while I would prefer to have a hand that had a ritual or a Dr. Nuka or like an event econ that gave us money right away. I think this is keepable, but like if we'll see. But actually, Calavuna does mulligan it, and I think comes out with basically even the same quality hand, and now has a Fermenter, a Sure Gamble, a DZMZ, a Madani, and a Compilation. So I think it's like the high points are a little bit higher, the low points are I think a little bit lower, but that's fine. Okay, so core player is actually going to completely break without my expectations, click to draw, and then install on HQ and R&D. Which to me says we get to be very greedy with this turn because the corp did effectively nothing.
Yeah. So
So
here, I think
yeah,
we're should be probably drawing twice, playing 2 cards, and then
yeah.
getting lat draw. Yeah.
Um, we're doing okay. So uh, I'm immediately going whoa. So to me, this hand has Fermenter, Sure Gamble, DZMZ, Madani, and Compilation. So to me, you should always draw twice here because we have at least 2 cards we want to play in our hand in the Fermenter and the Sure Gamble. And so then we're going to draw twice in case we happen to draw a better card, and then we'll play both of those. Calvuna instead installs the DZMZ, installs the Madani, and puts the Fermenter and the Compilation on this. So they lose a lat trigger. They install DZMZ, which did nothing this turn. They do also
It's kind of Madani the fermenter, but like so it will do something technically, but
sure. This line also
yeah.
just loses to an Ozef and a Slash and Burn in hand, like just for no
Yes, it
reason.
does. Yes, it
Um,
does.
so like it's just this is actually like this is substantial. Like so we installed all of these cards. So we spent like the DZMZ. We've maybe made a credit back, but we spent a click and 2 credits to install it. Madani, we actually have made nothing back. Like Madani is not really. It'll make it oh no, it's 0 to it. Okay, so it's made sort of value. I don't know. It's just like
I think
we
the
yeah
I think that the evaluation here, right, is we have gotten like 1 turn faster value, quote unquote, of DMZ paying out here, and we had like a install 2 things on a Madani for like some amount of efficiency, but the trade-offs is that we're losing lat draw, which I think is more important than saving the credit on DZMZ or the Madani like install. The other thing is that drawing more cards would have given you the opportunity to have been more efficient with posting cards onto Madani. So I think the other thing is that like card draw, especially in the early game, is just going to be more valuable than some of the credits, especially when we have the opening fermenter, and the fermenter is going to be a large source of credits for us. So I think that that's the analysis of why like the draw should have been more prioritized over playing out the cards in hand.
yeah. I no think that's all very well said. And yeah, I think like as I think that's just like we now have to spend next turn drawing 3 to 4 times minimum. And it's just like
And then we still don't get a lat draw if we do
yeah
that. It depends on what
yeah
they have in hands, but
yeah.
yeah.
So Corp clicks to draw and then just installs a card in server 1 and installs an ice in front of it. So like this is awkward. Like we can draw 4 times and we're still going to lose the lat draw. And like yes, the DC could now have made those 2 credits, but like the fermenter tick also made us 2 credits and we could have more cards in hand. So it's just like we're going to struggle here because we can't really effectively challenge this remote. And we're still having some challenges here. So we just click to draw 4 times. We'll talk about the cards next turn. I don't think anything major. Actually, I guess it's worth saying like we did draw a creative commission with our 3rd card draw, but I actually think this is correct to just keep drawing here. We'll have other opportunities to play to get the creative commission, and like getting cards in hand is more important here than the like
Do you think
window for
there's
creative.
ever an argument for installing the Taka? Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
I don't like it. Okay.
Yeah. Like,
I was just
yes, we
curious.
want to get all the value, but like, I mean, I think basically, I mean, if we still have the DCMZ in hand, I actually think installing the Taka makes more sense because like it's going to drip up value and it's going to be better value than the DZ. But um,
Sure.
yeah, I don't know.
Next turn.
So Corp just draws and installs 2 more cards. Again, in a new remote, a card in a new remote, another piece of ice protecting that new remote. So they're ending on 5. So we probably want to do something like draw twice, make a run, play a card from hand. Because the corp actually only has 5 credits here. So making them actually commit to Resing Ice is probably good. Yeah, we'll probably hit a Maskarovka somewhere. But that's, you know, we can make the corp have to, we can stretch out the corp here. And because our fermenter is sitting on 6 and we have creative commission in hand, we're like actually kind of in a nice economic advantage here. And if we can try and force out an anthill, like find where the anthill is, presumably in server 2, that's actually where I would always run. I wouldn't run server 1 here because it didn't do anything last turn, so it's probably not doing anything this
Yeah,
turn either.
we know that server 1 is not an anthill or a regolith because it probably
Yeah.
would have been click down on that. I think here I'm going draw and seeing what
Yep.
it is. And the thing is, if we end up drawing, oh, so we did. I think that here you could probably actually go click to draw again. Like I know that you're saying run server 2, but I was like, if we draw 3 programs,
Mm.
then I think what we can do is draw again, host a bunch of stuff on Madani, lat draw.
Yeah, we don't get to host all the programs on our in our hand, but we certainly can host 2 at least, which is good, right? And that is actually what Calavuna does. And
So
I
they
wouldn't.
host 2
Oh,
things
okay,
here.
so yeah, so we should say like they drew a muse, a fermenter, and a propeller, and they chose to host the muse and the fermenter, but not the propeller. And I guess you can use the muse to install the propeller from hand, and that's the logic there. I think I
Or
would
they just don't
rather
want to show that they have propeller, but like I agree that like the propeller needs to be on there. And
yeah,
the
because like
fermenter
I think
doesn't
you'd
need to
rather
be.
use the muse to get. Presumably, there's a Physarum in the deck. It's a pretty common include if you're going to do the Madani engine. So like using the muse for using the muse to search your stack is much better than using the muse to search your hand. So yeah,
Yeah. With that being said, now having seen this play, I'm like, you know what? I still think that the run seems better here.
yeah, yeah. I think the run
Yeah.
is noticeably better here. Like the
Yeah.
corp is going to get to like just gets like the corp hasn't actually presented any threats, but you also haven't made them have to do anything. And it's often better to make the corp do something if they're in a state where they're behind. And this corp has clicked to draw, I think, every turn, and it's turn 3. So like A, there's
Yeah.
agendas building up. B, they haven't played any econ cards. Like there's things that you can exploit here. This is sort of Sam was on their recent podcast talking about like you can't just play the efficiency game. Like you have to play Netrunner, and I think this is one of the things that like um, you just have to
It's the
like
shaper trap.
yeah,
It's the
you're
shaper
falling
trap.
into the
Let's
shaper
be real.
trap here. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, wow,
So server 2 ends up being a regolith, and
yeah,
they clicked it 3 times, which would have been a good thing to have ran and trashed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Okay. I
So we
mean,
lat drew with spec work. So we start with 6 cards in our hand: Knick-Knack,
yeah.
Trickster Taka, Creative Mission, Propeller, DCMZ, spec work.
I almost
Uh,
wonder. I mean, I think this is bad, but I almost wonder if after seeing the lat draw of the spec work, if we're supposed to have installed the fermenter so we could spec work it. But I think that's just
Oh,
bad.
that's kind of funny.
Or
I mean,
actually,
in
no. I
theory, you
think the
could have
probably the line would have been
mused for
to muse
coal,
coalescence,
right?
right? Yeah, because then we also
Yeah,
have the
but like,
knickknack in hand, and so we can actually start running them
the
too.
knickknack in hand is actually pretty good.
So
Okay, with the
we,
knickknack in hand, you're definitely right.
yeah, okay, yeah. So I
Yeah,
think the line was definitely muse coal. It only ends up being +1 credit, but then you spec work the coalescence, install the knickknack, trash the muse, and like you're probably coming out on
trash
a
the
run.
coalescence hosted by the muse. But yeah,
Yes, yes, yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then your fermenter, and then you're applying pressure, and your fermenter is ticking up. I think the sad thing is that you're running, but you're not going to have a way of interacting with the piece of ice unless you're just like running archives, which I
yeah.
think would be a valid one here. But
Okay.
it looks like this is actually roughly what they end up doing, but the
Yeah, yeah. It's
ordering.
like because yeah, they don't play the spec work in here, but because they have to manually install, they do I think a reasonable thing of manually installing the propeller. So we should actually walk through the turn. So they spend click 1 to install DZMZ. To me, like this is the
Don't do
like
this.
value play, and it's like we're
Yeah.
not in a value turn, we're in a tempo turn. So we need to be very careful about every click we take, because now we use Madani to install the Muse Coalescence, install Propeller. We have 2 clicks left. install Knickknack, we have 1 click left, and now we make the run on server 2 that has a regolith with 6 credits on it. So another thing to note, actually, before we even talk about the ice here, we have 4 cards in hand, and the corp has 5. If we didn't install the DZMZ, we'd have a click left, and we'd have 5 cards in hand. So we have a lot more. We'll get more value, even in this case. And again, we spent 2 credits, and we've got 1 of those back. It's not like losing 1 credit to save that click is good.
The other thing that I don't like about this is that like we're on 4 credits at the moment. We have a fermenter. We're checking ice. Like I don't know if Ob really plays Flywater much at all, but a Flywater hit here is like kind of
it plays a lot of Obs will play at 1 to 2 Flywaters because they play quite a few 3-cost ice. And then the other thing to also think about
here is really rough. There's a Mud Virus, obviously.
Virus is really rough, and so is Stavka.
We have right. No that's the other thing that I was going to say. Whereas like we're not at a place where we can deal with a sentry that gets rezzed here. And like Stavka res, but I guess it's primarily Stavka res.
Yeah, there's not many other relevant. Like in theory, like a Winchester would be bad here too.
Yeah, it was like a Winchester, and I was like, "You're not playing Winchester on."
Yeah,
I mean, actually, Event Horizon is not great either.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, you have so basically you pay 3 to face check into a Winchester, which is not fun here either. Especially because I think they could actually still make you pay the. No, never mind. I mean, they could do so if they wanted to really flex on you, and you're doing this last click. They could res the Event Horizon and pop it to just get him a virus and then purge on you next turn. Get him a
virus and purge. That's really funny.
But actually, another reason to not run run an ice last click against Ob, if this wasn't Event Horizon, the better play is for them to actually pop it and grab an Anthill out of their deck.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a play I like to do quite a bit. But
so yeah. So what happens is they end up breaking the Masquerifica that gets rezzed with Propeller, but they're actually only going to end up breaking 1. There's a little undo here, so they have 3 credits and can trash the Regolith at the end of this.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So they pay once. The corp gets their 2 credits back for resing the Masquerifica. So they spent 1 to res the ice, and then the runner goes to 0, trashing the Regolith. I mean, I don't.
Jeff continues to talk about how he thinks DCMZ is a bad card.
I mean, DZMZ has baited us to making a lot of taking a lot of bad lines
word.
Here.
It was your sleeper word.
I actually think the corp should really think about purging here. It's really bad to get purged, I think, this turn.
I agree. We're putting
they do.
In a situation.
Sick. Yeah. So runner like just train themselves to 0, and then they only have a fermenter going, which is not ideal.
I think the other micro thing here is that like I think that you on the corpse turn use the Madani to install the fermenter. I think there's
so that you have 2 fermenters so that you can click 1 at like 4 credits in 2 turns, and then you'll still have the other one to build up value longer term. I think that's definitely a thing to do, but that's that's micro. Actually,
you also get the value out of the quote unquote value out of the TZMCs and everything. Like there's this fermenter is going to come off of this Madani at some point, and the answer is why not earlier? So it starts.
Just as another point, we click to draw when we could also click a credit for the spec work, and then hit them use, and we end up on the same place but with more resources. So we're not even doing the efficiency game well, which is a little bit like we've made a bunch of concessions to not pressuring the board properly to play an efficiency game, and now we're also not playing the efficiency game well. So it's a little bit unfortunate. And now we get to play the most broken card that Shaper gets access to for no reason. Creative Commission. Who needs to get punished for going to no credits? We can just Creative Commission to be back up at 5.
True.
But anyway, we do get the lat draw. So for all of our ragging, I think Kalavuna could be in a much better spot with even just the cards they had in their hand this turn. But the court purging actually maybe was a bait here in retrospect, because like we're
Oh,
now a
I don't
turn
think it was.
later. The runner has several more cards, but like they don't have 8 credits or 10 credits. So
Yeah, like
um,
because like it would be 10 additional credits. Imagine the situation. It depends on what's in the corpse hand, obviously, but like
yeah,
very clearly they don't have gas or something to like push the tempo of the game particularly forward. And I don't think that like going to this turn and then all of a sudden lapping on what
yeah,
11
because it's like yeah, they
50
could also
like
you could
15
still
credits or
play the
whatever. It's
creative
like
commission if you had 10 credits. So it's like
yeah,
yeah, that's
exactly.
fair. Yeah, the difference between lap
Exactly.
being on 5 credits at the end of this turn and the court being on and 15 credits is like a huge deal for their range. Um,
Right. And
so
now
corp is
anything that the corp does right now is like has a much higher likelihood of sticking.
yeah. Corp is actually having what to me seems like a terrible draw because they click to draw, install a card behind the Res Maskarovka, installs a second ice on R&D. Second ice on
The
R&D,
second ice on R&D is like very sus to me.
yeah, it's the thing is like I don't think it means that there's a bunch of agendas in HQ. But like at the same time I don't know what else could be in HQ because like it's not if it was installables we'd be installing them.
Could be ice.
And yeah, I guess
Could be ice.
uh,
But
could
like
be ice.
I don't know, like okay, from like a op perspective, right? What are you predicting those ice on R&D to be? Like why would you have double ice R&D before a remote?
I can't think of a good reason to double ice R&D before a remote, honestly.
Okay.
Um,
I can't either, but like maybe there's some ob specific thing, right? Maybe it's like, oh, we know
yeah,
that we're going to need an event horizon on R&D at some point in this game, so we're going to put the event horizon on R&D, assuming
yeah.
that like, but
I
server
mean,
one is
so like,
already event horizon or something
so
like
like,
that.
yeah, it's like, so that is the like, this is my second event horizon position probably. Um, that's probably the best read I could make of this.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's like or like we drew an early Stavka and we put it down and now we want to get an actual end the run ice or something on the server. So like
Hmm.
so what to
Sure.
me is like R&D is going to have some of the funky ice on it and but like as the it still it still doesn't make that much sense to me because ob is ultimately about building a remote and so our second ice like the first server we make have 2 ice should basically always be a remote that we're trying to make action happen out of.
Yeah,
um
and I was realizing I was like, oh, if it's all agendas in HQ, right? If it's not all agendas in HQ, and it's instead ice in HQ, then I'm like, okay, well now this ice on R&D doesn't make any sense because you probably have a large slew of ice
yeah,
options to
yeah.
choose from.
I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
I'm really curious because I want to learn a little bit. Okay, so HQ is like all it's let them dream, slash and burn, measure response, speed to core, envelopment. The ice is an event horizon and a white space. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Uh, okay, that's interesting. Not what I would have guessed about the ice, but I don't want to like I want to try and do most of this honestly. So um, cool.
It still
Um,
seems unnecessary, but
yeah, it's still
are we
not what
continuing?
I would do, but it's fine. We're
Yeah.
focusing on the runner here. So as the runner, there's another card in server two. I kind of like it's not that expensive to go after it. I don't think you actually have to because the odds of this in the agenda quite low. If it's this Vitagor, it's gonna sell the Maskarovka and they'll get a 2 cost ice. Like you'll be okay. So I actually think this is an okay turn to like just keep building your board back up. Um, we've missed a lot of Madani triggers, but that's just what it is. I'm hoping that this turn looks something like we play a spec work, which we do. We click to draw because we're going to go for a big value Madani play with
Yep.
3 programs in hand or 4 programs in hand now. So we can even click to draw again here so that we can install the cards. Oh, and actually they're doing it better than I was going to do it because I forgot the spec work is a card. So cool. We did I think the right thing this turn for sure.
Yep.
All
Nice.
right. Corp goes out wide again, so makes a third remote server, ices that, and installs a card in server 4. And I think very nicely off of the Madani, we're installing an Azimuth. So I think now we're just going to run things, I assume. Um, we don't have knick-knack targets, but that's okay. Actually, we do have knick-knack targets. We have these two DZMZs burning a hole in our pocket. Let's just sell them. I'm not even being particularly facetious. Like,
No, 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 no. I know. It's just so funny to be like, sell the DCMZ's worthless card.
I mean, so
Uh,
what we should have done is on Corp's turn install the Azimuth. On our turn, install the Echelon, and then run server 4,
I
selling
mean,
the
yeah,
DZMZs.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
Uh,
And we should have had a fermenter installed from a previous turn where we didn't use a Madani trigger. So we could
yeah,
have even popped one fermenter for 6 credits and still
yeah,
had another fermenter ticking.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we get a hostile architecture res behind the Maskarovka. Um, I actually don't think that changes the math for me too much. Our hand is Trickster Taka, Harmony, Nuka, Simulchip, Medallion, Rising Tide. Not installing the Nuka does make me think twice about whether I'm going to trash this card, but it's the world where we actually click one, install Nuka. I mean, I don't think we actually need to, but now we can choose not trash this card, install Dr. Nuka, and then like I actually don't mind
Install
just
Simulchip.
taking
Install
damage.
Simulchip. Nah,
Yeah.
I want to preserve the Simulchip every single time here, right? Like I don't you never want to lose the Simulchip. I'm
I
pretty
mean, you
sure,
definitely don't
right?
want to. I don't know. This corp is moving so slowly that I feel like we're going to have a lot of resources here, but
Right. That's kind of why I'm like, so like I think I wouldn't trash. I would go no action. I would then do
install
Nuka
Simulchip,
Simulchip.
install Nuka.
Uh, I might even install the Trickster Taka or whatever.
I don't
It's
think this
probably not correct.
I don't think that Trickster Taka is
I
going to
guess.
make enough meaningful credits this game. Um,
I feel like it should be able to.
maybe it,
Like,
yeah,
I
it
think
probably
it's
does, I guess.
enough to worth installing because, like, I don't know, you're going to be interacting with ice. It's still like a credit or so a turn, but
Yeah.
like we could have gone from 6 down to 3 by just like not doing anything, installing 3 cards, getting lat draw, and then
And
next
then
turn
next turn we can deal with the assets. Yeah.
we
Like
can deal
I
with the
don't
assets,
hate
and we like are happy to lose all of the cards in our hand. We're like, oh, the
yeah.
extra Madani, great. That's damage that we are happy
Yeah.
directing.
No, I think that's a good
Yeah.
point. But instead we choose to trash the Sweetigore Excavator, which was the uniced card.
Yep.
So if we're gonna do that trash, we have to run server 3 here, I think. Actually, we have to install the Simul chip and then run server 3. Which I sure hope we do.
Well, we're not gonna take the damage. Like we've already taken the damage for the turn, so
We install the Simul
right.
chip so that we can deal with the ice, is what I was thinking. Because we could only break a barrier, but if we install the Simul chip because of the mutant in our heap, we can now break everything. Um,
Sure. I just don't think that this run is a known quantity, right? Unless I'm missing
oh,
something.
sorry, I care way more about
Oh, you're talking about
the unknown card in server 3 rather than the hostile architecture that I
sure,
ran
sure,
in
sure,
server
sure, sure, sure,
2.
sure, 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 sure,
It's like
sure.
the hostile living,
Uh,
like I don't know. I sort of had that baked into this turn regardless. Um, server 3,
hmm.
I'm much more curious about because it has to be a card that was good enough that they would leave a Svidagor uniced when they had an ice, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
because Svidagor, I mean, it might be that our opponent's not playing well, but like Svidagor is one of the most important
Yeah, no,
cards
I get what
in
you're
the
saying.
deck.
I get what
So
you're saying.
um,
I
it's
get what you're
like it's
saying.
probably a second Svidagor, like realistically, right? That would be my read based on this play.
Right,
And so I would like to
Regolith?
act if I'm gonna spend 2 cards and well 2 real credits and 2 Azimuth credits. I probably want to find the other one too. Um,
Sure. Instead, uh Simulchip,
and
click fermenter for 6 credits, get lat draw was
yeah,
the
and getting lat draw is good, but
yeah. Yeah. We love getting lat draw.
oh, and it's just a
It is
regolith. So I mean, I really think the outplayer should have swapped those. The Zedegor is way more important to have protected behind ice than regolith, but
mm-hmm.
that's how the games go sometimes. Once again, we're missing a Medallion trigger. Oh no, we're going to use the Medallion on their turn to install an Echelon for $1. Great. Glad we got the
Let's
value.
go.
This is a great installed Nuka. Click it twice and hope that we hit some Madani hits, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Don't know why
The
we would
Unity.
hard install the Unity here. We're running after
Run
the
the
regolith.
regolith.
So this to me is just like there's no point to this run, so it is just a mistake. I think I'm comfortable with saying. Um, the corp and
I mean, there's something considered where you can click the regolith twice, go search a one coster, and you'll have a click left to do something with it. But I
the one costers that I
don't
would be
know
worried
how
about are like
much
powers
it
that
matters.
be, Tithe,
It's FUT. It's
Malapert.
FUT.
Oh, I guess it's Fut, but like okay,
It's FUT. But like the person only has one click left. Like I don't think they're doing something with the FUT on that same turn.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think this seems
you
just
could.
way worse to me than just drawing a lot of cards off of Nuka. We see an envelopment. We're gonna simul chip in a rising tide. We're gonna spend eight
We're
to
gonna.
break an envelopment.
Damn, that's a lot of money. That's so much money to spend.
Why are we
Don't you
spending
wish we had
eight to break an
Trickster
envelopment?
Taka to install now so that we could not be paying 8 real credits?
Oh,
Um,
okay, so we're gonna pay 7 to let the trash fire so that Ob will get an event horizon, which is fine. I don't know why they would put it on that server and not, well, whatever. Uh, it's weird to put an event horizon that you're not gonna pop on there, but because I like it's just
yeah, it
better
should
on
go
a
on
server
server
that
two
already has
because
ice.
it's
Yeah. Um,
because you're getting the install cost reduction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like to draw crazy. Well, and also like it's not a great ice on its own for doing a server, whereas like the Maskarovka at least is like you increase the taxing
I
a
mean,
little
yeah,
bit,
I get what you're
right?
saying. I totally get what you're saying.
Um,
Yeah. Let's speed this up so we can potentially
okay.
get to a second one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Resin Virus to get another Regolith. So we're just Regolith gaming here.
We are regolith gaming and then some.
Yeah.
And as a runner, we're going and chasing the
Trying
regolith again.
we're chasing the new Regolith, yep. And then Corp does the play I like, and they're doing it on click 3. Um, and then they're putting the anthill behind the Maskarovka now. And it's also worth noting, as we have really mentioned about it, like breaking that envelopment was just backbreaking. We went from 15 credits to like no credits basically immediately, and so now
Yep.
we only have 4 credits to play the game. And there's both a anthill and a regolith, and I sure hope we chase the anthill. We chase the
No.
regolith. Okay, one of those cards clicklessly makes 4 credits and draws a card. The other one takes clicks to make 3 credits. It doesn't matter that you have to break ice. Like it actually ends up being the same cost, I think.
I was so
Uh,
convinced we were going for the Maskarovka that we can in fact break and we have Azimuth credits to trash it.
yeah.
I was so convinced that that's where we were going.
Okay. Corp continues to baffle me with what lines they're taking. So we're just not going to talk about these too much. We're honestly, I'm watching this and it's like I feel like cards are.
Let's just keep going. Let's keep
Yeah.
going.
Things are just
I mean, I think that
happening.
we
Uh,
have my I think that I have my general synopsis, right? But I am genuinely kind of curious because they commented like they said that they kept up with the board, but then let one Svidagor go and then they died. And I'm really so if they were mentioned they were on 4 points, which means that they probably died to measured. Um and if Svidagor was relevant in that, I'm going to also assume that maybe there was like
some credit
maybe there's like
shenanigans. Yeah, I
well
mean this game is showing a little bit of what I talked about. It's like they've made a bunch of mistakes, but like we're like a couple turns later, and it's like it's be hard for me to say definitively like, oh yeah, like they're completely out of the game because they made all these mistakes. Like both players are making mistakes, and so it's kind of like
no,
coming
they're
out in
not
the
completely
wash.
out of the game, but like,
Um,
man, will you be in so much stronger of a
oh yeah, I mean
position?
like the runner could be like completely won here. This board could be destroyed. Like it is this case of like, uh, right. And some of that probably is also in part because the corp took some interesting lines. Oh, we should. Okay, sorry. Not gonna talk about micro here. Not gonna talk about micro. Things are just
Mm-mm.
happening. We're just gonna keep clicking through. A fut is
Okay,
on
if
the
there's a
table,
but
but nothing like it's not actually doing anything. but we're gonna trash it anyways. That's fine. We're making some interesting
We
choices.
install Hannah. We run after the Hannah. They resonant hill. Okay, I actually think that I'm good stopping now because I think that we are
Yeah.
going to continue to see this pattern of Corp throws out things for Runner to answer. Runner goes and chases down all of the things. And I'm again, there's 16 cards in deck. There's two agendas currently in score areas. Like, where are the agendas? I think like hearing the the not the preamble, the explanation that Kalavua had, where they're like, I got close and I managed the board, and then I end up dying. Well, yeah, you definitely end up dying here. You definitely end up dying here.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
has
Let's take
nothing
a
to do
second to
with
talk
the
about.
speed
Let's
support.
actually talk about. We should talk about this last turn because this is actually pretty much exactly what we talked about. Where it's like the game is kind of could go either way. Like it's even enough, and then the runner just makes some decisions that like are uh, that do actually just lose the game on the spot. Um,
Yep.
so
Yep. Yep.
we'll,
Yep.
we'll talk about this
Yep.
turn, even though I don't think it changes the diagnosis of what's happening here. So click one. So the board state for those of you following along as a radio show. Um, there's a new card in server one that's behind a Tithe. There's a rezzed Fut behind a Maskarovka. There's an unrezzed card from a previous turn on Ice and Remote, and then some ice on centrals. As the runner, we've stolen one Let the Dream. The corp has scored a green mail. There's not much to talk about that's super relevant in archives. So there's not like major missing things. Um, so and actually, we should say credit totals are also quite important here, right? So runner is on 5 credits, corp is on 5 credits, and we as the runner we have 6 cards in hand. We have no real money to speak of. Like we're not generating any money except for a credit on Taka and 2 credits on Azamat. Um, I think there's. I mean, to be honest, there's a part of me that says I would just run server one. Like the Fut can do Fut stuff. Like 2 damage is not going to make us win or lose the game here. Um, like that's actually what my call would be, I think. Um,
Um,
but
I mean,
uh,
I think I'm fine. Like
I don't
crashing
think it's
this Fut
terrible to
and
go
then
after
just
the Fut. It's not.
moneying up. But like
Yeah,
to me, the real question is like, where are the agendas? I think that the problem with finding agendas literally right now is that we died a measured
yeah,
afterwards. So like I would be like, that's why I'm kind of fine with like going after the Fut now, because usually Ob only like runs like 1 copy, right?
yeah,
Um Going after the Fut and then just basically like moneying up and then trying to get this fermenter off of this Madani so that we can have like more money in future turns.
yeah. So it's
So like,
Calavuna draws a Hannah off of the run off of the Fut, installs the Hannah, goes after the unused card, which is a Spin Doctor. I think that's totally like a very reasonable play. And we have 2 clicks left and 2 credits. Corp has 1 unrezzed card in server 1. We should be looking for credits here. And then we'll install the
yep,
fermenter off of the Madani on one of our turns. It doesn't. I probably is optimal to do it at the end of the corpse turn, but it's a little bit neither here nor there, honestly.
yep.
Instead, we click for. Oh no, I'm sorry. That is I went back 1 turn too many. I think. Let me
So
just make
click
sure
for
this
2
is
credits and then
okay. Yeah,
no
okay.
dice.
Sorry. So that's the penultimate turn. So Corp then installs 3 cards face down, and the card we didn't check was an Anthill Excavation Contract. So Corp is at 6, we're at 4, we have a Hannah down, we have a Fermenter with 2 credits, and the Corp put out 3 new cards. I think we're okay to check the 2 cards that are not in servers, but I actually think the Corp's only on 1 point, we can let them go to 2. Like, I would
Yeah,
prioritize
we can
taking down the Anthill much more than I
it's
would
that,
prioritize
yeah.
going after the card behind the Maskarovka.
Yep.
The Anthill needs to die. They can get 2 points. Like, it actually is okay.
Yep.
Um,
Actually, I also don't hate the Hannah run. I mean, because
yeah.
like you have it installed. It's just like Hannah run, check a thing, sure.
Yeah.
You find a
Yeah.
hostile. Don't trash this.
Yeah. We
Don't
don't
trash
trash.
it.
I sure hope we don't trash this. But because the
I'm
corp
gonna
went down
trash
to one
this.
credit here, and our hand is actually
Right, they
just
went down to one credit.
garbage. So the okay, corp goes down to one credit. Okay, you decide to trash it. I don't like the decision, but it's not the end of the world. We're still fine
No,
here.
I think that
I,
this is kind of the end of the world, to be honest.
I think if we
I like unironically.
I mean,
So
it's
the
pretty
problem is
bad.
we have to kill the anthill. Like
Yeah,
if like the corp spent their money, and that is the only thing that realistically like matters for us getting punished from effectively oversending here. And fermenters are money, like is our reward for trading resources with a corporation turnover turn.
yeah,
So like we have to kill the anthill,
yep.
and then
No,
so you can't kill the anthill, and then you make sure that you just like credit up some more.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, we have 4 clicks left because that was a Hannah click. So we actually can still kill this anthill and then click for 3 credits. Like we can actually be in a great spot. Instead, we run HQ. The corp is on 1 credit. Okay. And there's only been, as we talked about, there's only been 2 agendas scored. So like there are agendas in HQ,
They're definitely
but
agendas in HQ.
they're not going anywhere. Like they're not going anywhere. Server 9 is probably a spin doctor, but they're not going anywhere. Right. Instead, we're gonna use our compilation, and we steal slash and burn the green mail. Um,
Yep.
so we go to 4. We're now at threat 4. We need to be like
Now,
5 alarm fire. We're at threat 4. We need to do something here. Now we
so
have
from
3
here,
clicks. We have
we
multiple
gain
options.
we draw a card, we gain a credit, we run server 1, and we trash the anthill. I think that is the exact correct line. The
But instead, we
double
click
credit
for an
is
extra
not.
credit,
Yeah.
which just means we lose to measured response, assuming the
Yep.
corp has some way to go from 1 credit to 5 credits within a turn.
Yeah. Like the Taka gives us the money, so it's like we don't need the extra credit. We could draw a card. If we really thought we were gonna die, then we could also pop the Hannah for an additional click.
Yep. We could also have
That
popped the
would give
fermenter
us
to
an
make
additional
more
click.
credits quickly. Instead of clicking for 2 credits, we could pop the fermenter for
That
4
is true.
and make the same
That's
run.
true.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so then one's Vitagore does get popped, and Corp clicks for a credit and plays measured response. Um, actually, is the Corp? No, the Corp doesn't need to ask for action there. But so yeah, it's funny. It's like the runner. So like the reason I did want to talk about this final turn is because as the runner, we chose to go for a high variance line because I think the runner was thinking, oh, the corp is on no credits. There's no agenda stored. This is a great turn for me to go and punish that and sweep HQ. And I understand where that's coming from, but this is the like, if you're going to play a control deck, like a super like control deck, and if you're playing this control deck and you have no credits, um, then it's not important that you win right now. It's important that the corp doesn't get out of their no credit hell. So like that's the most important thing to be dealing with this turn, not about trying to steal agendas. Um, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on like this final turn thing before we talk about the rest?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Do you want to talk about your analysis of the rest of the?
Yeah. I will do that in approximately 15 seconds after I've refed my cats.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like I expect you're about to say basically the same thing, but like we spent a lot of time. I mean, we lost. So like, we're playing a deck that's about value, and we didn't get that much value out of our deck. And then in the turns where we took non-value lines, we didn't take the lines that actually answered the questions the corp was asking. So like from the highest level, that might be kind of the way I would think about it. I think we just like the other thing is like we got dizzy against assets. And that's like a thing that
Yep.
happens and that you have to kind of learn how to deal with and what assets are important and what assets you can leave. And we spent
Yep.
like, you know, it's like the replay, Calavuna said like, oh, Svidagor lost me the game. I actually think Regolith lost them this game because they spent 9 credits trashing mostly empty Regoliths. I think, or something along those lines. Like, I think they
Yeah,
trashed.
it's. I mean,
Yeah,
that is true. Yes, they trashed like 3 Regoliths on 6 credits. I generally speaking understand there's going to be a decent number of times where that is correct to do
yeah,
because you don't want the corp to run and go grab a 1 coster. But an alternative is that you can just let the corp do that and then go trash the 1 coster that they fetched.
yeah,
You know, like that is also a perfectly reasonable thing to do. But big picture, I think what the the trend of this game from the runner perspective is a misevaluation of what you need to do to win the game. You didn't need to control the board to the extent that you did. And the sacrifices that you made to control the board is what put you economically behind and then made it so that the corp could just go install, 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 and you felt the need now to trash everything because you're constantly working from a lower credit pool than you could have been because you're using resources on accesses that you just didn't need to go for. And fermenters came off Madani's much later than they needed to be come off. Fermenter didn't get popped and could have been cooked for like a turn longer. And the only reason why the core purged on that turn is because you went super low on credits. So I think that it's like weird because I'm like the Shaper deck is like intended to be a value focused list. And oh sorry.
yeah. I mean, I think
Okay.
it's like, oh, yeah,
Sorry about that. I cut out. It's you're playing a list that's supposed to be value focused, but like you kind of split the difference between having some like trying to focus on like DZMZ value, which is not ever going to be a incredible. It's not going to be a winning value proposition. Not more than the other cards that you've put into your deck. Um, so yeah, split the difference between value of like your engine and your other types and like running and trashing their board. And I think that you need to find a better balance between when you're setting up and when you actually need to challenge their board. I
yeah.
think that I want to one last cementing thing here, which is I think what we saw was there was no off turns to sit back and set up. It was only like go 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 and trash all the stuff. And it's like a cadence. You have to find the correct windows to sit back and say like I'm going to build up my engine because I know that my engine's value is going
I
to like
actually,
roll over
well,
the middle of the
I
game.
do, so I guess 2 thoughts on that. One, I'm going to say like the chat is calling out like there were fermenters sitting on Madani almost the entire game with open MU. That just shouldn't really be
Yep.
happening if you're playing a value deck, right? Every turn of fermenter is off of your Madani, it's making you 2 credits. So it should just like that's better than your DZMZ triggers are. You don't like you can't get that many credits off of 3 DZMZs, realistically. So that should have just been out there and consistently ticking. But the other element, right? We did actually take off turns, and we often took off turns in the first like 6-ish turns of the game. We were taking off turns on the right turns, but we were not taking the highest value line on the off turn. We were taking the most credit efficient line, but the credits were not. I mean, we lost because of credits to some extent, but we also lost because we didn't draw our deck very quickly, and so then we were like trying to draw our deck and build things. Like we were having to suddenly fly in the mid game because we didn't play as greedy as we were permitted to by the corpse play style in the early game. Um, would kind of be my one of my perspectives on how we've like mismanaged the values. Not that we didn't take off turns, but we didn't take them as
Okay, wait,
greedily
no,
as we
go
should
back.
have.
Go back.
Um,
Let's check the first six turns because here's where I think where I'm like we so like the first 2 turns, right? or whatever, where we drew. So we played all the cards from our hand, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to consider this an off turn because this is just forced and shouldn't have been the like a quote unquote off turn in this way, right? We should have been able to do. I mean, it is an off turn, but like we should have had way more options and way more control about what we're installing and
Right.
what
Well,
we're
so this is what I'm saying
because
is
we have
like
more cards, right?
this runner is taking as the runner here. We're not applying any pressure to the corp, right? We're not running. We're not like trying to answer threats because the corp didn't present us any. But we're taking like a very low value play of handling this board state. I guess would be like
Yeah,
it's the way
yeah.
I'm diagnosing this, right?
Keep going, keep going. All right, keep going. Yep. So this is now turn what? 4, 3. Okay.
This is turn 3.
This is correct, roughly. Oh, we think no. Wait. This was a turn where you're like run server 2. So
Yeah.
we're not
Okay.
applying
Yeah.
pressure
So
where we could have,
turn
right?
Yeah, turn 3 we should be running server 2 because we should be set up to apply
Correct.
pressure because the corp has now
Next turn.
actually put a threat on the board, right?
Next turn. So turn 4.
Yep. Okay, corp clicks
This
regolith.
happened.
All the pressure is
So
gone.
now is the turn.
Yeah.
Right. But
Okay,
this is
I
the
see
turn
what
where
you
they
mean. Yeah,
cheat,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, this is the turn where we should be playing maximal value. We don't need to touch stuff.
Correct.
Or like
No, we did run here because we had the propeller installed, right? So this is what I'm saying, right? It's like flip-flop turns.
Yeah.
Right? Keep going. I want to make sure they're not going crazy. Is it turn 5?
This is turn 4. Now we're on turn 5 because there was the undo.
So now we're on purge.
Yep.
Now we're forced to sit back.
Yeah. Now, admittedly, we took a like again about the value. Like we missed the credit spec work the muse, yes, which is like so much better than the turn we took. Okay, corp basically does nothing again. Like they do install a card in server 2, but it's fine. Like,
yep.
But I guess but my complaint with this turn is let's see, we use the spec work, we draw into a Nuka, and we don't play the Nuka.
No, this was fine because of the spec work, right? In hand.
Oh, I guess. Okay, you're right.
Was where we landed on that?
Yeah, I think that might be where we landed. Yeah, this was a mistake.
This was the Sviatogor trash.
This was the first Sviatogor trash with just Maskarovka hostile rezzed.
Right. This was like the. I don't think that you need to.
You don't need to go this hard.
Like this. Yeah.
It's actually like there's something about like with just these targets on the board, like it's actually probably better for you to just say, you know what, you can have one Sviatogor fire. I'm gonna like set up. Because you're not gonna none of those cards trash into things that generate threats. Maybe if they do the Hollow Man play, but like then their board's pretty open afterwards.
Yeah, and like so we were at 15 credits before, and then at the end of this turn, we are at 12 credits only because we popped a fermenter for 6.
Yeah,
like,
and then
it's like so much money lost.
Yep. And then this turn, and then the following turn, the corp reses and clicks a regolith 3 times. This is a turn that we should be taking off. Corp is not actually presenting threats here. The difference between them being at 12 credits and 18 credits is not very much. The difference between you being 6 cards deeper in your stack is substantial. But we make the run, which like honestly, okay, you can make the run because you have Unity Echelon, you've got access to your breakers. We see an envelopment. This is great. We should be bouncing off this envelopment. We made the corp spent 5 to protect 6. The corp just spent 5 credits to protect 6 credits. That's a great trade for us. That is a great trade for us. But instead we spend a simul chip to get the Rising Tide in play.
We had 11 credits. We spend a simul chip, which is a key resource.
Yep.
And all 11 credits.
Yep.
To give them an event horizon.
Yep.
So yeah, we have now managed to go a full 50 minutes.
Yep. On a game we said we were willing to do for 5 turns. So
I blame you for this one.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I
think that's fair.
Okay. Well, this one, unironically, 15 minutes. Let's go. We can do this. I believe.
Calavuna, thank you so much for sending the replay. I hope you don't take it too harshly. Like, Netrunners a hard game. Control Shaper is actually, I think, a surprisingly hard faction. But
Yes, and
hopefully this is at least
I hope that
helpful.
that was helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not, please let us
Now it's
know.
time to roast me. Now it's time
Yes.
to roast the fuck out of me for my mistakes.
And also we get to
Let's
roast me on the side for this absolute pile of Baz cards. But
go.
all right, Baz against
I
Reality
mean,
Plus.
I
This is
also
a
involved in this Baz pile. I was
yeah.
also involved in this Baz pile,
It's
so
true. It's true.
yeah.
We made this one together. So hand of Shibboleth, Boomerang, Mystic, Gamble, Twinning. We ship this every day of the week. Just get a new hand.
Uh, Actually, I'm not sure that we do here because Mystic is like, I think Mystic is a one up here and is kind of like the twinning is really bad. The boomerang is bad. The shibboleth is
Okay, the
not
Boomerang
particularly
is
punishing, but
fine. The Gamble is good. The other three cards are, I think, basically not relevant on this matchup.
I'm gonna call them not relevant. Shibboleth versus VSA very relevant.
Okay, sure.
Um, twinning is a dead card. Boomerang is going to be a thing that I don't know if I'm gonna call boomerang a dead card, but I think you're probably right that it's not the best thing. I hope
I
that I
mean,
mulligan
no,
this.
no. You said Boomerang was not good. I think it's a fairly useful card here. I guess that we're losing a lot of value in our deck because we can't play transfers. So Boomerang actually loses quite a bit of value there. Um,
Did I mull this? I didn't mull this. Okay, mistake number one.
yeah. We should be mulling this because like also this is almost certainly some version of Asset R plus, and we're keeping three ice cards in our hand. Um,
I love getting roasted. This is great. So
yeah.
mistake number one, fucking mull this.
Yep. Uh,
Uh,
Gamble
I think
check
I'm
two
going.
is fine here. Probably it's draw gamble check two, but
I honestly don't even. I don't think that we have the draw and economy to check. Like unironically,
yeah, that's
right?
fair. Maybe this is just like draw twice and see where we get to. Nope. Okay,
Wow.
safer. We take
Who?
we
What the
take a
fuck?
wild line
Who?
here. We
This
go
guy. Who the
gamble
fuck?
mystic make a run. I guess we're
Oh
hoping to hit an
man.
agenda. That's why we install. I mean, no, the mystic is going to like tick up value, but like I don't know where that value is coming from.
Ooh,
Um,
buddy.
and then Cable Carnage then reses two Bladderworts into us. They could actually rub the Sultan and res the powers that be to get all three
That
ticks
is
of damage.
that
So
is
Dan was
wait. But like
being
actually,
Dan was
Dan,
being
why were you
kind to
being
you
nice?
here.
What the fuck?
It does hit
Oh
your transfer,
god.
which like it's a dead card. Actually, I guess it's not quite as
It's not a
dead
dead
when they're
card.
playing
It is still a money
Bladderwort
card.
heroes, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's a money card, right?
it's a money card.
Installs a card new remote, installs an ice. Okay, so we're running server 4 and then drawing a bunch of times here, I assume.
I definitely am just drawing.
Uh,
I don't think
sure,
running
we leave.
first. Okay, let's do a micro. Let's do a quick micro analysis here, right?
Yeah,
Why run server 4 before draw? I feel like it's draw first because clean getaway. I
yeah,
just feel
you're
like
right. You're
there's
right. I guess I'm thinking that there's
bravado.
like so yeah. It's really it would just be like if Dan puts a table behold down, but even then you're fine. Um, yeah, I think you're correct that
Yeah,
it's better to draw first. I think it's like
yeah,
it's to
yeah.
me it's like I so the reason I said run first was because I didn't want to say draw twice. I didn't want to say draw run draw, which I think is actually the optimal line or like the more optimal,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But
So I do. I
like my
draw. I
brain
run. I check
shortcuts.
it.
I don't know.
I did
I don't.
trash it here.
I don't feel like you should.
I don't think I should either. Like that looks like a mistake. I think that the
Yeah,
only
because it's
reason is
like
like it's
the
below threat 2, but
yeah, it's like oh, it's below threat two, so R plus won't get value. But like he's res two Bladderworts. If he goes above 5 credits, like you're probably
yeah, yeah.
happier if he spends
It's
the
like
entire
I'm
game at
happier
10
than that.
credits here because his ice is like probably garbage, right?
Right. Yeah, I'd
Um,
rather like have him be rich. I think like Oppos is oh, I'm running and trashing things. That's I mean, this is a
okay.
choice. This
I
is
mean,
a
I'm
choice.
assuming we're trying to set up to like go next turn, like transfer of wealth, deal with the Bladderwort, which I think like makes some amount of sense, assuming we draw a last click
I hope
here.
so.
We just have to hope that both the boomerang and well, I guess just the transfer doesn't get hit out of our hand here.
I
Um,
guess I like you also know that they can't duck for the bladder work here.
oh yeah, you know that
And
they
like
can't. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and so
I
now
mean,
we
I
can
guess
do a
this isn't
fairly
the
nice turn of like transfer, run server 1. Like it's not great because like the transfer only costs Dan 1 credit, and then we're gonna spend
Yeah.
something like five. We're gonna spend 5 of the 6 credits we make off of transfer to deal with the bladder wart, and then we still have to clear the tag.
I'm just
Um,
gonna I'm just gonna quickly throw out here. Can you see how bad this mall decision was? Holy fuck.
yeah,
Um,
I do think you do the correct thing of not going for the bladder wart here because yeah, there's no ducking that can happen. Let's just start drawing.
I think the
Um,
other thing is I know that this mystic is about to
like
like get
nuke
incredibly
you.
angry at me, and I haven't found a thing for it yet.
I mean, like you could install like the shibboleth and like transfer HQ and just boost into the mystic, so you're just like throwing away
No,
those
you can't.
credits.
That's not how that works. That's not a Taka.
Oh,
This is
oh, yeah.
this is a
You're
mystic.
right. You're right. Mystic,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mystic, not Taka.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh, by the way, damage versus a thing that's trying to bladder me. So
Yep. Let's see. Dan goes install advance behind server 6. I mean, this probably reads like a call it. Oh God,
crypto crash.
no. Oh, I was thinking the
Crypto
five
crash
three.
could be tomorrow's headline. It could be next big thing, but next big thing is like, I like if Dan scores out a next big thing here, going to 2. Like, who cares? Like fine, sure.
Yeah, I think you're
I'm
you're
like,
probably fine. I think you can't touch it. I guess the crypto crash is a little bad for you here,
crypto
but
crash
like,
is way worse.
yeah,
Tomorrow's headline into some sort of like combo thing is worse.
that's true.
Um,
Oh, hey, Baya,
yeah,
we're quite happy to see you because we can actually make the run on server 6
yeah.
with the free Baya bans.
You can also do server 1 actually to use the credits to trash the bladder. But I do run
Okay.
this. Oh, yeah, this is a
Uh,
sick play. Good job, me.
what? Oh, we
Also,
just
the
don't
shibboleth.
install. Okay.
No, no, we
I feel
do.
like
We installed the boomerang on the server 1 ice.
okay. No, you don't.
Oh, did we just choose not to? Oh, that's right. I could have because I just don't have the fucking money.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
VSA. Why do you not have a tag here?
Because I installed the shibboleth.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yep, yep,
Right.
yep, yep, yep,
Which
yep, yep, yep.
I did remember being like the shibboleth is like obviously you want the Kurapira, but like shibboleth into VSA
Yeah,
is
yeah.
actually like
I think
a
that's probably install the Nuka here that
good.
we draw. Yeah, steal a king
I did do
making.
that.
Sick. Sick. Okay, so we're gonna take a damage, but that's fine. I see that we put Penny Shaver in this list. I think that's okay,
I
but
it's coming out. It's coming out.
okay, good, good. Like, I really like the idea of Penny Shaver, and I think what I actually like is the idea of playing Desperado. Um, I have
Yeah,
installed so
same.
many
Desperado's
I've
so
installed so many
good.
Penny Shavers and then never had the time to click them.
Uh,
It's so weird.
it's so
Um,
crazy how much better of a card Desperado is over Penny
yeah,
Shaver.
it's like,
It's
oh, sorry, this is
wild.
really a tangent that belongs to Metro Response and also completely violating our. We'll get in and out in 15 minutes, but like when people are like, "Oh, Hermes is the most powerful criminal console ever printed," I'm like, just because Penny Shaver makes Desperado look bad does not mean that Desperado is like, I don't know. Uh, I think Desperado, to me, Desperado is still the most cracked criminal console. But I don't
Desperado
think,
is absolutely insane.
yeah,
It's like, you know what it is? It's like the difference between Dirty Laundry and Clean Getaway and how much better Clean Getaway is, in spite of costing one more credit, like
yeah,
upfront.
yeah.
Like it is so crazy how different it is when you get the credit immediately and then can use it to like Desperado is effectively every single card on the board is -1 trash. Dude, Desperado Wizard was crazy. Anyways, Jeff, roast me. Roast my turns.
I mean, I don't.
We're
I
just
mean,
in
okay, sorry. Let me actually think about. I'm just sort of trying to click through and keep moving a little bit. Uh, the king making, like, it's pretty sick that you got to steal a king making. Um, I definitely
Yeah,
would have been tempted to clean getaway server 7 here. The odds that that's a second spin doctor, I feel like, are pretty low. Um, but like, I don't think your play is unreasonable. The penny shaver, I mean, like, it's not like good cards just belong in the deck, but like you're at least getting value, right? Uh,
yeah.
okay, actually, you know what I think you're supposed to do is like window of opportunity, the VSA,
I
to
was like,
install
I
the
knew
penny
you were about to say
shaver.
window.
Um, And then like if Dan Res
Um,
is like it costs you basically nothing, and you get it, and then you also get to well, I guess you don't have a second card to put down, so it's
no,
not great.
we don't have a second card to install because we have no fucking money.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and
Yeah,
you want to get the clean getaway penny ship. It's the question is like, do you clean getaway so that then you can do all this stuff, right? Because then you could,
right.
if you clean getaway HQ and just say I'm gonna eat that one credit of value because I'm at no credits, and you have to take suboptimal plays to get above the value. If you clean getaway, then you can do the window, install like the Kurapira, and then get the free penny shaver res potentially, or actually not even like you will probably get it, but I think that's not an optimization that's particularly worth being.
Yeah. So I end up hitting the Oracle think tank here, and then sad. I'm like, well,
Yep,
I guess that's the one pointer that you wanted, but also I didn't want to have to clear a tag.
yep, yep. But you
Nor
are at
make
least
it threat
running.
3.
You are running at the right time to at least handle these tags, so that's good. Threat
Yeah,
3 is
of
definitely
course.
not good here.
That's fine.
Bladderwort's ticking. Appa hits for 4, and we're quite sad. Um, oh
So
wow,
yeah,
we
now
can't
we
even
have
clear all the tags. Oh, that's well,
yep.
okay, but Dan's on no money. So I
Dan's
mean,
on no money, so it's like fine.
yeah. So like, I hope we. I actually think the correct play is like trash Bladderwort here.
Yeah, I
Good.
agree. I agree. Trash bladder word. I think
Uh,
it's like
do we
I
have like
think it's
run
even remove
HQ?
tag, remove. It's remove tag, remove tag. I actually remember from this game. I think it's
Oh,
correct. It's remove tag, click for credit,
can I
not
tell you
click
that?
penny shaver.
No, no.
Go ahead.
Oh, because wait, why would you not click Penny Shaver here?
Because we want to offshore the money. It's actually run checking server 8 or
Why are we
something like
off?
that.
What are we worried about? Crypto crash for offshoring the money? Or
Like bigger picture, like because we're tagged.
oh, okay. Well,
Like we
can I
should
make
just
the? So I mean, in
yeah,
that
go ahead.
case, it should be run HQ, clear a tag, and
Uh
then it's click Penny Shaver, clear next turn.
so we go down to 3 tags
Mm-hmm.
this time.
And yeah, we'd end this turn on 3 tags and 4 credits.
Oh, I don't want to end on 4 credits. I don't like
You
because the
you
thing
really
is with
value going to 0 here.
yeah, because imagine that one of them is the thing that drains 3 when scored, and they just go credit
But
shipment from Vlad, right?
I I think that's
No,
being too afraid of tag punishment, and you're not even out of that tag punishment here. They can still credit shipment from
no, I'm
Vlad.
yeah, they can do it, but I don't lose like well, wow, okay. I didn't remember that they actually had that. um I mean they don't have the thing on board, but like
Yeah, yeah.
I guess oh, you know what's interesting about your play where you're running HQ is that you are taking the agendas
Out
out
of
of
hand.
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah. I don't know that I actually love this run. I guess we're just getting underdome value. Um, I mean, I too
Underdome
love to play
value
bad
makes it so that
cards.
is
Uh,
look, okay. Also Mystic was angry at us.
yeah,
It's
that's
just been
fair.
the theme of
I
this
mean, yeah,
game.
Mystic has been a problem for us this whole game.
Yeah, which goes back to what decision? The
That
Mulligan decision.
mulligan.
uh,
Um, Now we have to dump a bunch of cards and into a known bladderwort, which is not great. The embedded reporting is also really bad for us too, because it means that now we always will have the punishment. Um, and now the corp is like just absolutely demolishing us in terms of value, or at least in theory, right? That we know there's a hollow man on the board, and there's just a bunch of servers that we don't know what they're doing.
I mean, you could just
Um,
look at their board and look at our board. It's like we have managed to install Penny Shaver and Mystic this game, which, um, granted, sometimes it is exactly a completely reasonable crim board, but
Okay, yep. So now we're very set. This is like one of those things that like I've tried to get better at in Baz is the like I mean, okay, I am gonna dunk on you a little bit for this one.
do
So
it. Go for it.
um we know that server one is a bladder wart. I mean we knew it before it was res, right? Any ice that's
Yep.
gonna be res here costs us a credit. And then we want to spend 3 credits. So that's we're gonna assume that we need to spend 4 credits to we need to do 4 credits. We also want to get that daily
That's true.
cast in our hands dealt with.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
right.
so
Yeah.
we should click for a credit before we make this run so that we can do the daily
You
casts.
click for you click penny shaver, but you're totally right.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you do click Penny Shaver. Because
Yeah.
the daily cast is. I mean, to be honest though, it's not like the nuke is that much worse. So like, it comes out fine in the wash here, sort of. Um,
I mean, currently our issue is money, so having that cast down, it would have been like infinitely better.
yeah,
Um, although another bladderwork gets res, so
yeah, and we get hit by another oppo. Wow, yeah, having that
yeah.
money would be really nice, wouldn't it? Having that money would be
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
nice.
it'd been really nice. It's been really nice, huh?
Oh boy. Uh,
So at
okay,
least
I
this
will
time we get
say
to
I
yeah.
think we should probably be like check R&D or check some of these remotes instead of clicking for credits because that's is going to be the same thing with Penny Shaver. Like if we're going to play the console that's bad
No, it's not.
Desperado.
If here's the thing, if it was oh fuck, you are okay. One, you're right. It should be one run.
Yeah.
It should be one. It should be
It's
one
just
run.
one run and like there are
Just
two
one run.
oppos gone, but like yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is yeah, roast me. This is
Yeah, oh boy, and now Magistrate gets to come down and hammer us.
so this game is pretty dunzos.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh, I
we
guess
can
the other
probably call it.
okay, how do we end so we okay, so we have to go. Man, that's tough. I mean, like, yeah, wow, you've really managed to do something to yourself here.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Oh, Dan didn't nuke your credit totals. I assumed that he was going to score there, and so that you would just lose all your money. Cool. So now we
I
run
think
the
that was
Hollow
probably
Man,
embedded.
right? We run
Here's
the
the thing:
Hollow
when you see
Man.
embedded king making, I think you go, oh, I don't think they're on crypto crash as well,
That's fair. That's
right?
fair. I guess just
Yeah.
with the magistrate, you going to 6 is probably relevant. Okay, very nice
I mean,
draw. So now we're gonna go deal with the Hollow Man. Though I guess there's probably another Hollow Man on the board, but like I still think you want to deal with it. I think the Hollow Man's more important than the Bladderwort here, but that's not. I could definitely be convinced that I'm wrong about that. Um,
uh, I think it was a money thing, right? Like they don't have the
yeah,
money to use the Hollow Man,
I guess that's
so I was
fair.
expecting the like the money more so. But here, now that they do have money, we probably should be hitting the Hollow Man,
Yeah,
but we're not. That's a. I guess it's. I mean, we'll see. This is.
I mean, Let Them Dream is pretty much best case for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Yeah. Now we go after the Hollow Man, right?
well, except we don't have the money to
Right?
do that. We just don't. I guess we could Bravado HQ and
Yeah,
then go after the Hollow Man.
yeah. Although honestly,
Actually, no.
HQ is
We
probably
could, with
winning.
Mystic we can actually. Sorry, I forgot that we have Mystic credits, so we can actually Bravado with the Hollow Man and deal with it. But we're going after the Revanchulet, which
What is
yeah, we
wrong with
get pretty
me?
much exactly.
What
Oh
is
no, we can
wrong?
Underdome here for the sickest clickless clearing of tags. So we just let this ping fire, and we don't bother touching the card. Or I guess yeah, we just don't bother touching the card.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or
Well,
we
touch
touch the
card
card
because
because of the
in
penny
favor
shaver and the
and
Cooper
career
counter.
counter
Like it's
and
you
bravado
were correct.
credit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the bravado credit
yeah.
comes out in the wash, right? But like but yeah, it is
Right,
worth it
right,
to touch the
exactly. It's in
card.
favor
Yeah.
of it.
So now we run server 6. Nope, we run HQ. I don't know why we run HQ here. I don't know why we're not running server 6. I don't know why we're not running server 6.
Also, I forget about B1001 literally all the time. So if
Yeah,
we
I mean,
don't need to
to be
touch it,
fair, I also
I'm not
forgot
gonna
about it
worry
here
about it.
too.
I don't. I like. Okay, unironically though, without them having credits, okay, it's a better word. Um, the Hollow Man is not actually a thing that we need to deal with right now. Um,
I
like
guess
when they
that's
have
true.
zero,
I guess that's true.
like
I guess to me,
like
it's
on
they
this
could
turn, it does
do.
not need to be dealt with.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. Yeah. Man, I am actually kind of tempted to like install this wake and just hit HQ here.
Honestly, that seems pretty good to me right now.
Yeah, there's
With
like
the only
there's
caveat,
what there's 20 cards and there's probably yeah there's lots there should be agendas available to
I
go after.
actually think it's Pinhole Magistrate. I guess we don't need to spend the pinhole on that.
I mean, we could.
Run Magistrate. I think it's Run Magistrate. Trash it.
Mystic is
Install
pinholing.
Revolver.
Well, I would say pinhole is technically better because you get the Mystic credit, but like, I don't know why we're running server 8 here.
I also don't know why we're running server 8. Why am I running and checking all these things?
And then we're installing Revolver and then the Wake. I don't think we need.
I remember why I was doing this, but I don't. I was sculpting the hand to lose the card that I wanted to lose.
Sure, but like none of those cards. Like, to be honest, I look at this hand of Revolver, Boomerang, Pinhole, and Wake. Like those 3 cards are all doing the exact same job in this game, so we can just install the Wake.
No, they're not. They're not. No. There's a slight difference. Revolver, because like I haven't seen a Sentry yet, so if it's Unsmiling or Doom Scroll, and specifically on HQ, and we're trying to install Wake and get value, like get multiple runs off of it, I do need to actually be able
get
to
the Revolver down.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that was my thought process.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna put the Wake down, though, we should be trying. Like, if we went Revolver, Wake, run, or at least Revolver, Wake, run, that's coherent to me. It also then also kind of forces the Underdome value question for a Cable.
That is true, and that is definitely better.
Yeah.
I think that I just didn't want them to have to steal things in HQ through the Magistrate.
I don't know. You're like, this is like Penny Shaver, despite us dunking on it, like is doing its thing here where it lets you offshore and hold credits. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, and yet another console probably would have been better.
Yeah, I don't know why we're running server 8 here. So I don't.
I think the game is an 8.
How do we? So if it's exactly the 5-3, right? And
no, Kingmaking.
Oh, Kingmaking is also a 5-3. I forget about that.
Yeah.
But okay, but once again, if it's Kingmaking, there has to be an agenda, so we can also get it out of HQ or R&D, right? We can do that too.
Is entirely true statement. That does seem to be better than whatever I chose to do here.
Yeah.
This is classic me forgetting about the B1001.
Yeah.
Like a champ.
I also don't know if we do think this is game. Why are we not putting both counters on the Wake here? Like, yeah, it doesn't matter because the top card's not legend. But we should at least give ourselves the out of possibly winning here.
Yeah, I agree. Is this the Kingmaking that wins? No, it's Let Them Dream. No, this is one of the end games where I'm like, I could probably look back on this and challenge some of the.
Please tell me that you go run HQ, run R&D here.
I'm very concerned that I don't. I might have been slightly tilted at this point, though.
Safer. What? I think. I mean, I get to say this because we haven't looked at one of my replay reviews yet, but oh my goodness. What?
I think that it's only fair that if we dunked on other people, we give ourselves the opportunity to be dunked on, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. I will also say that this is not a good game for me, like at all.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a showing where I'm like, I played this well. I was like I think in the moment I was like, I think my mulligan decision is bad.
Well, then, but clearly not so much that you remembered thinking it was bad. But yeah. Well, yeah, you know, I think you got dizzy in a slightly different way, but probably if we had analyzed this game more carefully, it would be a pretty similar lesson. But
I think I went over the wrong. Yeah. Give me your synopsis.
So,
what are my terrible mistakes or play habits, I guess.
I mean, I do think your mulligan decision here is pretty much just a crime. like we are keeping. I forget that like Mystic is. I was evaluating this opening hand as if Mystic was Taka, which like does make this hand a little bit better. At the same time, like this is not a great window. Like, what events are you playing? So you've got sure gamble, bravado, clean getaway,
The other
buy
problem
a
is that
band.
I then play the gamble click one. Like I'm not holding on to it to
I mean,
like I even
I think in general, holding on to a gamble to try and get value is probably a mistake because your deck does like if you're playing a mistake, you have enough non-zero cost events to like hit them
that
somewhat
is true.
consistently.
But I even think like on this turn, it's got to be like click one draw, then like
Yeah. I mean, you're okay. So you are
then
doing a lot of the same thing of like you're
check.
trashing cards without thinking about whether or not you need to. Just like the like.
No, I was definitely thinking about it. I was definitely thinking about it.
Okay, if I was going to say about the last person who I don't know what they were thinking about, that they were trashing cards without thinking about whether or not they needed to, I'm going to say the same thing for the same actions, right? Like,
I think that's fair, but I do think okay, so I think the public access plaza is wrong but defendable, and the Bladderwort trash is like very clearly like defendable, right?
the Bladderwort trash was more defendable. The public access plaza,
The public
instead of
access plaza is like not
instead of
is not
running, I think was well, I think instead of drawing was a big mistake. I think okay, making the run was not the mistake. Trashing it was I think actually a pretty significant mistake because you had no money in hand and you had no draw in hand. So you were just like YOLOing.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Um
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like I think like a lot of this like there's a lot of I mean, yeah,
Right.
we also
This is the
steal
thing,
points
right?
when we
It's like
don't want to. Like
the public access plaza was not an incorrect trash within like context of or without the context of the game or without the context of my hand, right? Like matchup wise,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's probably
It's yeah. It's not that trashing public assets plaza is bad on threat zero against reality plus. It's that when
right.
your hand has no temp, like you have
When
no
I had
economy in
no
hand or board,
economy in
like
hand,
your entire economy engine was a Mystic Mamie. That was the extent of it in a hand with
hey,
no
look, this Mystic Mamie,
events.
this was a Rozeki, this game that forced me to play suboptimally. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's like I think you did spend too much time chasing when you were behind on tempo instead of setting up. Um,
Yep.
and that which is like it's the thing that assets are really good at doing. It's why asset decks have like a disproportionately I think asset decks have a disproportionately high win rate relative to their actual power ceiling because people tend to get spend more time chasing when they think that they need to like people reading wrong that if they're in the when they're not in the beatdown position thinking that they have to respond by trashing things when that's not like they're trying to like one for one when they're behind on the board state. Um, and
Yeah.
that's like that's just as the runner, that's the wrong approach in most
Yeah.
situations.
What's funny is the game right before this, I remember like playing. It was the same matchup. I was playing Baz, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh, I actually play the game like super well." And then I go into this game, and I'm like, "What happened? I must be getting
yeah,
tired."
yeah. The embedded reporting shipment from Vlad is actually sick. That's a cool piece of tech. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
Shipment from Vlad, embedded reporting, get to, then shuffle it back so you can then find it again later.
Yeah. Cool.
All
Well,
right,
we did a really good job
15
of
minutes.
spending only 40 minutes on that 50-minute replay.
Hey,
Uh,
that was like 30 minutes. That one was like 30 minutes.
no, we switched over at the 50 minutes into the stream mark. We're at an hour and a half now.
Really? I thought that we
Yeah.
switched over like 8:30.
Well, someone can check the tapes. Someone can check the tapes. Won't be me though. Well, thank you once again, Safer. As always, I honestly I love doing these replay reviews. I hope everyone else is enjoying them. Um, next week there may or may not be an episode. It will depend
Oh, there will
because
be.
oh, okay.
We just don't know what kind yet, but I think we should.
Okay. I yeah,
Come
we'll
on,
have to figure it might be a little scuffed. I'm not cuz like
that is
yeah,
true.
it will definitely be if it happens it will be quite scuffed, but hopefully it'll be fun and interesting. And there'll hopefully be another announcement that's also exciting soon, but I think probably should wait till things are finalized on that. Any plugs or things you want to shout out before we wrap?
Now I'm really curious as to what this other announcement is. I don't even think I know what it is.
You do, but
I do. I
yes,
do.
but we'll talk
Really?
about it in like
Okay.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Shout outs or other things. Eh. Oh, I'm working on like another card game. It's called Fractals. I will. I'm looking for playtesters. It is more dude bashery. It has like if you like Legends of Runeterra, then you would like this game.
Ooh,
So
okay.
looking for playtesters for September.
Cool. All right. Well, take a look. Reach out to Safer for that. You said sorry. You're looking for playtesters in September.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a playtesting push like in September, but I
Cool, cool.
will.
Keep an eye
I mean,
out.
reach out to me now.
Oh, okay. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Yeah. So people do that, and we will see you either next week or in 2 weeks. Thanks everyone for shooting in, and say bye, Safer.